If this was the amount of money in your bank account, you wouldn't round it to 32.
320, sorry.
Yeah.
8.50.
Yeah. Yeah.
15.7.
Well done. How about this one? Part-time.
35.5.
Yeah. And so if we were to write that, so there's a new thing called an error interval.
Okay.
So that's 35.5. What about the upper bound? What's the biggest number that will round to sorry?
36.5.
Yeah. And the way you, so 36.5 would round up, and so the way you deal with it is that one's not or equal to.
Yeah.
How about this one? What's the error interval for this one?
2.5. No, 2.45.
Yeah.
And 2.55.
5. And how about the first one? Sorry, this one up here, part 2.
111.5 and 112.5.
Well done. Great. Okay, what's the error interval for A?
18.5 is the upper, and 17.5 is the lower.
How about part D, last one?
5.255, 5.265.
It's only one of these I want to do. No. Oh, no. Just E. Yeah.
Just E. 4,500.
Great.
5,500.
Great. Exam question.
So 199.5.
Yeah.
0.5, sorry.
This wasn't to the nearest 1. This was to the nearest 0.5.
So 0.
So I'd better.
199.95.
No, I'd better. So you just did it all so easily. The way you do it is, you see this one that we did to one significant figure.
Yeah.
So the first significant figure, its value is in the thousands, and so the way we did it is plus or minus half of that. So there's half above it, half below it.
Okay.
And so you do rounded value plus or minus half of the degree of accuracy.
Okay.
Degree of accuracy. So then, how about for this one?
$199.75.
Yeah, well done.
And then 200.25.
Yeah, and I don't think they asked for that one. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, right, yeah, no, they didn't.
Okay.
4.25.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Um. 35.55.
The one markers.
Okay.
How about this?
So 5.335.
Mm-hmm. And they want the perimeter.
Work out. So times that by 4,
Yeah.
which is 5.335 times 4 is 21.34.
And sorry, it's lower bound and upper bound.
Upper bound is 5.345. And that is 21.38.
21.38. Okay. That's how we do those. 21.38. Yeah. Okay. This one.
Uh, 15. So 14.5 or 15.5.
All right.
And 27.5 and 28.5.
Yeah. And you have to get the perimeter.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. So 14.5 times 2, add 15.5 times 2
Yeah.
is 60.
So that one is 60. Okay. And I think you'll be okay for the other one.
No, I think I did that wrong.
Oh. So what was it? 14.5 times 2 plus 27.5 times 2?
Yeah, that's what I needed to do. I did 14.5 times 2, add 15.5 times 2.
Ah, okay.
So 14.5 times 2, add 27.5, which is 84.
So that's 84.
15.5 times 2, add 28.5 times 2 is 88.
Okay. So the perimeter is between 84 and 88. It can be 84, it can't be 88. Okay, this was our answer for part A. Try part B.
Sorry, which part? Part B.
Yeah, so the answer to part A is you already got that one.
Okay, yeah. So the lower bound of lower and upper bound of tea and milk would be 1745.5,
Yeah.
and then 175.5 12.5.
Yeah.
Milk would be 23.5.
Yeah.
24.5.
Yeah.
And then you just add the upper bounds to see if it's possible that it could be more.
All right.
So 175.5 add 24.5 is equal to 200, so that's 0.25 above how much is in the cup.
And so, what's your final answer then?
200 is greater than, yeah.
So yes,
Yes.
possible. Yeah. So although the cup is 200, but that's been rounded, so the lowest the cup could have as a capacity is 199.75. So you take the lower bound of the cup and the upper bound of the liquid, and then it could be 3 markers.
All right.
So that's addition of A, C. All right, let's go for this one. Lower bound. Let's just do. Let's just get the lower bound of x. How do you get the lower bound of x?
Lower bound of x would be it would be Pythagoras. So 8.6.55. You take the lower bounds of the two sides and then square them, and then square root that. So
Yeah, you'd be alright. This one. What would be last one, part D? No, it'll be C.
Work out the upper bound. So 3.65 and Z could be 9.25. So, and then you just times them together.
Yeah.
And that gives you 33.76.
Does it end in a 5?
Yeah, 2.5.
Okay, so how about this one? Let's just do upper.
So wait, to the nearest centimeter. So 5.5, 3.5, and 8.5.
And what do you do with them?
You times them all together.
Yeah. And so don't be, if you get lots of decimal places, don't be afraid of that. Okay. Upper bound. How do we do this one?
I can't. Okay, so the upper bound. So it'd be 7.5. And then work out the area, right? So it'll be pi r squared times 200 over 360. So we'll just be doing 7.5 squared times pi times 200 over 360, and that gives you 98.174774042.
So they got that. Okay, great. So it's a bit of revision that you know the
area of the circle.
The area. Hang on. For the area. Yeah. How about this? Volume. Yeah, it will be the lower bound for the volume.
isn't it? So the lower bounds of all of them would be 8.35, 8.35 and 6.85. And don't you do all of that times together and times 4/3?
You're thinking of a sphere?
3/4.
If this was a cuboid, it would be those three times each other. Do you know how much of a cuboid is a pyramid inside it?
Is it half?
It's a third.
Right.
Yeah. And you put that into your calculator. And they say 1 decimal place. Do you know how much of a cylinder is a cone?
How much of a cylinder a cone is? Also a third?
Also a third, yeah. A sphere is 4/3. Okay, exam question.
Okay, so 7.75.
Yeah.
And 5.15.
Mm-hmm.
And then 62.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just work it out. So it's like half times 7.75 times 5.15 times sine 62.5. 17.701.
17.7. 17.7. There we go. 3 marker. How about this?
Upper bound. Right. So 50.5. 220. Yeah. 22.5.
What are we're finding the upper bound, aren't we?
Oh, the upper, right, yeah, so 227.5.
Great.
And then 177.5.
Yeah. And so we want the area.
So you should do half times 227.5 times 1.5 times sine 50.5.
Yeah.
And that is 15,579.5826.
And they said, yeah, anything between those two. Great. Those ones, multiplication?
Yeah.
Let's see this one. Don't need that. So this is the error interval. So I just put these in earlier. X and Y to haven't. And there's yes. How? Let me maybe come back to that in a second. What would be part C? No. Let's do this fully.
Fully? Okay. 1.15, 1.25.
Right.
C is 0.35, 0.45.
Okay.
And then the lower bound would be the highest number divided by the lowest.
Great.
So 1.25 divided by 0.35, which is should we leave it as a fraction or?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
25/7.
Yeah, and lower bound.
Lower bound would be 1.15 divided by 0.45, which is 23/9.
It's 23/9. So great. Fine. Fine. Let's do this.
So V is either, no, it's not either, it is, the upper bound is 14.5. Yeah. U could be 8.75.
Okay.
And then you expand, so it's 5 bracket 14.5 minus 8.75.
So that would be upper bound minus upper bound. Is that right?
Yeah. So, and I got 28.75.
Can you make a bigger number? So just focus on V minus U.
Would it be the biggest number take away the smallest?
Yeah.
So 14.5. So 5 times 14.5 take away 8.65.
Yeah.
Which is 29.25.
8.65. 29.25. I think that's bigger than the last one. Yeah, 29.25. So just like with dividing, so adding and subtracting, it's just the same thing. Like the lowest one, you just use the lower values. Adding and multiplying, use like lower bound to use the lower values, upper bound, upper values. For subtracting and dividing, you're using the two different ones.
Okay.
So the subtraction.
All right.
So maybe let's see this one. Okay, how do we do this?
So it's trigonometry. So SOHCAHTOA, that would be cosine.
Right.
So cos x equals 8.23. No, 5.36 over 8.23.
Okay, so I'll write BC over AB.
Yeah.
And we want the upper and lower bound for x. How do we do that?
All right, yeah, so 8.225 or 8.235.
Yeah, so that's AB.
And then 3.35.5 and 5.365.
Okay.
So the lower bound would be 8.235 divided by the Wait, no, the higher. So 5.365 divided by 8.225.
What was on the top? Sorry,
5.365 divided by 8.225.
Okay.
And that's the lowest number you can get.
So that's the biggest divided by smallest?
Yep. Biggest divided by smallest. And then cos of that is 0.999.
It's already the cos of x.
Oh, right, yeah, no, I didn't do... wait. I don't know what I did. Reverse cos of the answer.
Yeah.
No. Okay, no, I've messed up somewhere. Let me redo that. 3.6... divided by 8.225. 49.29.
3 decimal places.
49.286.
Okay.
And then the upper bound, the lower divided by the upper. So 5.355 divided by 8.255.
Okay.
Reverse cos of that is 49.55. 7, sorry.
7. So which number was bigger? Which number was smaller?
Left one's bigger. Left one's smaller, sorry, and the right one's the upper.
Yes, and so that means that the original one was the lower bound, and this one was the upper bound. That's fine. Any questions there?
No, that's good.
So let's just take a look. So 49.557, 49 point. Very not agree with this. Let me just say 5.365 or 8.225, yeah, and then 5.355 or 8.235, yeah. Okay, exam question.
245 is the lower. 255 is the upper for V.
That would be to the nearest 10.
You're right. 247.5. 250.2. 252.5. 3,850. 3,950. Lower bound. So you do the highest number divided by the lowest, so 252.5.
Mm-hmm.
0.5, yeah. Divided by 3,850. And that gives you 0.066.
0.63.
Wait, go back. I did do.
No. You want to get the smallest number you can possibly get.
Smallest divided by.
You found the, yeah.
Yeah. So 247.5.
Yeah.
0.5 divided by 3,950.
Yeah.
And that gives you 0.063.
63. Yeah, so just watch out for that, because I think you did the same thing for this one back here, where you thought one is the upper, one is the lower. Okay, let's try this one.
40 has a lower bound of 39.5.
It was rounded to one significant figure.
So just 39. No, 35.
Yeah.
And 45 is the upper.
Mm-hmm.
And then B is 0.15.
Mm-hmm.
Or 0.25. And the upper bound is the lowest divided by the biggest divided by the smallest. Oh. Yeah, and that is 45 divided by 0.15.
Yeah.
Which is 300.
Yeah. That's right.
So C's upper and lower bound is 169.5,
Mm-hmm.
170.5. And then the diameter is 53.5 or 54.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do find the upper bound is the biggest C divided by the lowest D, which is 170.5 divided by 53.5,
Mm-hmm.
which is 4.8. And then the lower bound is the lowest C, so 169.5 divided by the highest D, which is 54.5. That gives you 3.11. 3.
Mm-hmm. And what will be the top 1 to 3 sig figure? Are you able to press up and just get the thing back?
One sec. No, I've lost it. Yeah, it was a 0.2.
3.11's correct. 4.8. No, it's not right.
Okay, wait, let me redo that then.
Maybe it is. Hang on.
Divided by 53.5. Okay, I might have put in a wrong number because now I've got 3.19.
3.19. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just a thing. Typo.
Yeah.
So that was your answer to part A. Now try part B.
So the upper bound of P is 3.15. 0.35. Q is 0.45.
5, okay.
Oh wait, yeah, and the lower bound of Q is 0.35.
Okay.
And to find the upper bound, you do 1 divided by the lowest Q, so 0.35. Add biggest P, so 4.35.
Yeah, what do you get?
You get 7.207.
So to 3 sig.
So 6 fig. I just cleared it. My bad.
7.21.
Okay.
7.21. Oh, actually, they would have been fine with that. Okay, your part A is there. They want part B.
No, we didn't do that. So the upper and lower bounds of D is 35.55. Is the lower.
Okay.
The upper is 35.65. And the upper and lower of G is 9.75. And the upper is 9.85. So the lower bound of T would be 2 times the biggest number of D, which is 35.65, divided by the lowest G, which is 9.75.
So the biggest divided by the lowest, would that give you the biggest or the lowest?
That'll give you the biggest, my bad. So 2 times 35.55.
Yeah.
Divided by 9.8.
Hold on. Yeah, sorry, go on.
35.55.
35 point. Is that the final answer?
No, it's not. Over 9.85. And you get 2.687. That's to 3 decimal places.
Okay, 2.687. There we go. Great. So just watch out for that. Okay. Whew. Tricky.
Okay. So work out the upper and lower bounds of each of them. So the first one is either 37.55 or 37.65.
Mm-hmm.
U is 11.25 or 11.35.
Mm-hmm.
T is 8.35 or 8.45. So to get the upper bound, you do the biggest number, take away the smallest. So biggest V 37.65. take away the smallest u, which is 11.25, all divided by the smallest number, so 8.35.
Mm-hmm.
And you get 3.162.
You get, is that 3.1? Who's that? What is that as a decimal?
That is 528 over 167, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. 3.162, great. 3 markers, there's also 4 markers.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, let's do this.
So upper bounds and lower bounds of the mass and radius, so 1,179.5
Yeah.
is the lower, and 1,180.5 is the upper. The radius 6.15 is the lower, and 6.25 is the upper.
Yeah.
And then to find the biggest density, you do the biggest mass divided by the lowest volume, which is 1,180.5 divided by 6.15.
Alright, what do you get?
191.95 121.
191.95 was it? Oh, hang on. No. So we're not that lucky. We want the volume. We didn't get the volume. We got the radius.
So you have to do the volume of a sphere is that 4 over 3
Mm-hmm.
4 over 3 pi r squared.
Volume?
4 over 3 pi r squared.
What would be the unit? Let's say, so this is millimeters. What would be the unit? Oh, sorry, that's centimeters. So what would be the unit for volume?
Sorry?
What would be the unit for volume if the radius was in centimeters?
Centimeters cubed. Also cubed.
Yeah, r cubed. Okay.
So 4 over 3 times pi times our upper bound radius, so 6.25 cubed.
Mm-hmm.
That gives us 1,022.65.
Okay.
Actually, more, so 3.8.
And so, density.
Mass, so the biggest mass divided by that, so 1,180.5 divided by 1,022.6538.
Hold on. We want the biggest divided by the smallest, is it?
Yeah, biggest divided by the smallest, and that was not the smallest radius.
Yeah.
So 4 over 3 times pi times pi times jeez. Oh, not that. 6.25 0.15 cubed, and that gives you 974.34768.
Okay. And so density.
Density would be 1,180.5 divided by that, and that gives you 1.21.
3 sig fig. 1.21 is it?
Yep, 1.21.
1.21. Yeah, well done. So for that one, they gave you the radius and you had to find the volume yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this one.
This one?
Yeah.
So the lower and upper bounds of his distance is 2, 3, 2, 2.5.
Okay.
237.5 is the upper.
Yeah.
Minutes is 200. 200 is in the middle, so 197.5 and 202.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then the average speed lowest. Give your answer in miles per hour. So 202 minutes in hours is 202.5 divided by 60, which is 3.375. And then you just do 232.5 divided by 202.5, no, 3.375, and that gives you 68.88.
3 sig fig?
68.9.
And they said it's miles per hour. 68.9. 4 markers.
That's fine.
Let's see, the upper bound for cos x and the lower bound is that. The lower bound for x. Oh, I should have put this earlier. Basically, what you notice is that they're the opposite. So the bigger the number, inverse cos will be smaller, and the smaller the number, inverse cos will be bigger, and that's because the cos of 0 is 1, and the graph goes down.
Okay.
How do you do this one?
Find it up about value of x. Again, trigonometry. So it's opposite and hypotenuse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sine. So sine x is equal to.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. It's just the same as the other one.
Yeah.
That one's very similar. Let's say, yeah, it's very similar. So this one, so we've got x there, but it's similar enough. How would you go about this one?
Sine 54 is equal to opposite. So sine 54 is equal to x over 9.7.
Everything.
9.65.
Yeah, and so
9.75, and then you just times the hypotenuse over
yeah,
x.
yeah, and so you're multiplying, and so sine. So what are the possible values for the angle?
So 53.5 or 54.5.
Yeah, and you could put in sine 53.5 and sine 54.5 and see which one is bigger, which one is smaller. But the bigger one is the bigger, and smaller is smaller.
Yeah.
Kind of works the way I think it would. So this is similar. I just put these in because they had a lot of these in the book. Yeah, see, they're not exam questions. There's a lot of them in the book. Yeah, a parallelogram has length and height, so that's easy. Parallelogram, easy stuff. Oh, there you go. How do we do this?
So the upper and lower bound of that would be 69.5 and 70.5.
Okay.
And to find a surface area, you do 4/3 pi d.
No. 4/3 is for volume. For surface area, it is 4 pi r squared.
4 pi r squared. So 70. Well, no, 60. 70.5.
70.5 is the volume.
Yeah. No, so I was going to try and work out the radius.
Yeah.
So 70.5 is equal to 4/3 times pi times radius cubed.
Mm-hmm.
So you just divide by 4/3 times pi. And then cube root it.
Yeah. What do you get?
So 70.5 divided by 4/3. 1 sec. Times pi.
R is already times pi. How would you bring pi to the other side? Away from R?
Divide.
Yeah, divide both sides by pi. So I'm just going to get the answer for that first part and then just do divide by pi.
Oh, right, you do it like that. Okay, so, yeah, and then divide by pi. 16.83, yeah. And then cube root it. So, cube root, so 2.563.
Yeah. 6, 8. Okay, and so surface area?
Is 4 pi r squared, did you say?
Yeah.
So 4 times pi times radius squared.
Yeah.
82.53.
82.5 to 1 decimal place. 82.5. 4 markers.
That's good.
And was this a 5 marker? That looks fine. Square root of s over t.
Yeah.
That looks fine as well. And then this one was the speed, distance, time. We got one of those. Yeah, how was that for you?
That was good.
So nothing but grade 9 there. So anything in particular you want to do next time?
No, you can choose.
Okay. Well done, Oliver. You did great. I look forward to trying again next week.
Okay, then.